Coming to you every week from no place in particular, this is the Forever Road podcast, featuring Bosco. He's a music lover, a historian, and a connoisseur of the obscure. Find us on some great platforms like iHeart, Spotify, and even more as we keep growing. Now, pointed down the Forever Road, here's Bosco.
Welcome to the best, worst thing you've never seen, Forever Road podcast. I am Bosco. And with me is Brother Turtle, or Turtle, the God Turtle. Or just, yeah, Turtle. Anyway.
One of those. Pick one.
Yeah. Pick one. If you know his real name, don't
use it. Don't use it.
If you know his real name, then you really don't know him.
No, you might really know me. You know better than you use it.
Yeah. Right.
Because you might not get answers.
Like John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Dang it. Something like that. I don't remember. I have to look at my ID card.
Michael Weston. Raymond Reddington.
Concierge of crime.
I've been cleaning up in here, packing stuff, putting stuff in box. You don't really know how much stuff you have until it's getting ready to pack up and move. God, I didn't realize how much clothes I had. I've been doing laundry and boxing stuff, and I got I can't look at it too much. My everything starts going crazy. But we're here once again live. Had a pretty good week. How about you?
Pretty chill. Pretty chill.
I actually went back to church today. My old church is different. They moved into a bigger building. I hadn't been to church in like a couple years now. You know, got the word in and had a lot of thinking and stuff like that. But it was good. It was good. I mean, it was good for me. So I think I'm gonna kind of keep searching for a home church though, but that's a good place to start. I kind of went back there to see what it was about, but I don't know.
You should go check out Cross Point.
Where's Cross Point? I'll look it up.
It's over there, just on the other side of the highway from where I'm at.
Oh yeah,
across from the Guardian Center.
Yep.
That's where the kids go.
That's right. That's right. We talked about that before, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kids like it, so it must be a good church.
Well, it depends on where I move to, man. I'm kicking around some ideas. You know, like I want a piece of land, a house with a piece of land, or I think I've said this before, you and I on the phone, but buy a piece of land, put a tiny house on it, and build a shop next door to it, or build a barn dominium.
I would just do the tiny home with a barn dominium. That way, when you get done building the barn dominium, I'll have a tiny home to come live in when the wife kicks me out.
So when your lady decides she's had enough.
But tiny home, you gotta build a small garage on the tiny home. That way I can park my bike in there. That's all I ask. It's a little motorcycle garage. Man.
But I don't know. I mean, I'll have to see what's out there. I've been, oogling at houses and property, and I don't know if I want to kind of stay in the same area. Now, a county just west of here is there no building restrictions, so you can kind of do what you want. But I don't know about the other surrounding counties, like Jones County or Twiggs County, which is closer to work. Just sell this house and buy a camper and just travel around doing side jobs.
Doing travel jobs.
Yeah, just to make enough money to get to the next town.
Be like one of them strange characters off of one of them 80s TV shows like Highway to Heaven or
Yeah, that's it.
Quantum Leap.
Oh man, let's see. So we got only thing I come up with for today's episode. Is just kind of a year in review. I'm looking back at a couple episodes. Man, we trying to remember when you joined in. September sometime, wasn't it?
A while back.
Yeah. Man, we put down some episodes this year. I did pretty good for our second season, man. And honestly, without our listeners and our viewers, I'm glad that we keep doing this. I try to stay away from looking at analytics, but just for the fun of it. At least on Spotify, I could look at that. YouTube is a little different. See if we have a job next year. A job. We don't get paid for this.
Are we supposed to?
I mean, other podcasters do. I don't know how they do it, but from what I understand, they do. It's like, man, you get paid for it? Hold on. I mean, believe me, if we could get paid for this, it'd be great. Da, da, da. Yeah, I started picking up on doing shorts and stuff this year. There's a link on here on YouTube that can tell me what's what, but I don't know how to. I always kind of accidentally get to it. That make view your channel. There we go.
I did what to who?
We've got analytics. There we are. 52 subscribers, 52 Woo-hoo! Views.
Oh,
yeah. I think I just saw. Let's see. And I did discover who I was trying to figure out, and I kind of suspected we know the person in the UK that that subscribes to us. Our buddy Andy. He actually subscribes to our content. Believe that?
Why would he do that?
We have 60 subscribers on here. And thank you. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. I don't know what the I see all the comments. Yeah, red rum.
Good old red rum.
That's pretty cool, man. But yeah, thank you for all the subscribers. I got to kick some of these videos over to the podcast part of this YouTube channel. That takes a little bit of time, but I'll get to it. And on the Spotify side,
I just sent him a message.
did you?
Yep. Why you not in here?
It's pretty cool. Spotify will give you a breakdown of your whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy coming up with all this content and trying to think of new ideas of stuff to bring, everybody, to keep everybody engaged. And I mean, I know some of it's kind of hard to kind of grasp, especially if you're not automotive, especially if you don't know about music history. But it's just telling our stories and bringing on the people that we brought on, was, I can think of like right off the rip, our very first episode of last season was Eric. With the 256 racing team, up in North Alabama, and he came over from, and he was on Motor Trend for a little while, fastest cars in the Dirty South, and that was a great episode. I still text him every once in a while, as a matter of fact. What was the last thing was Thanksgiving. I just said, happy Thanksgiving. Let's see. We gained 35% listeners last year, or this year. %, streams, 53% more followers. So now we have probably 2. Yeah, and like I said, thank you for those. For the ones that aren't viewers, for our listeners, strictly listeners, or it's just 84% of our listeners on Spotify. That is 84% of our listeners on Spotify discovered us last year or this year.
How many of them are still listening though?
Right. And welcome in, David Dickin. It's 2024 year in review. We're just going to kind of go over our year episodes and talk about the news and highlights and stuff like that.
I figured that's who it was. I recognize the name.
Who? You know him?
Yep. One of my buddies from PlayStation years ago.
Cool. Good deal.
Used to play that really stupid game, that first-person shooter.
Call
of Duty.
The one we quit playing not too long ago?
Yeah. The one that shall not be named. He used to play that. He used to play GTA a lot.
Oh, yeah. Eastbound and Down, the Bandit, the Burt Reynolds episode was the top episode.
Yeah, that was a pretty busy one.
Said it was streamed 436 7% more than any other episode. Ever wondered who the audience is? Let's break it down. It's actually kind of interesting. Our highest demographic is between the age of 35 and 44. It's 37%.
Bunch of old folks.
31%, 45 to 54. And 55 and up is 13%.
Good. Keep the youngins out. Keep them
25 to 29 is 9% of our audience. 6% of our audience is 18 to 24. And followed least at last 30 to 34 at 4%.
Keep all the riffraff out. Keep all those kids off my lawn.
We are streamed in 7 different countries. United States. It's not telling me the other ones. Huh. Okay. Your videos were watched 999% more in 2024 than they were in 2023.
I thought you were about to say more than the commercials that aired. I skipped most of the commercials anyway, so I would believe that one. Your videos were watching.
I'm a top 10. We're top 10 for 32 of our fans. So thank you for those 32 folks, right?
How much are we paying them again?
Shh.
Oh, yeah. Forgot to mute.
top 5 for 28 of our fans. And number 1 for 14 of our listeners.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
So there's 14 people out there in this world that ain't got nothing else better to do with their life.
Just sit and listen to us talk.
Listen to us bullshit for about an hour, hour and a half, reading off of Wikipedia.
Yeah, Wikipedia, whatever notes I scribbled down. It was, I don't know who it was. It said, there's, for those of you, my notepad, and I scribble down notes, and I know y'all can't really see it.
You know what you need to get instead of that?
But
unless you're just keeping your notes as like a memorabilia thing for when you become famous for doing podcasts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I get all my hundreds, my tens and tens of dollars.
Yes. Pennies. When the government gives you a check to stop. Anyway,
where's my mouse? Okay.
Get you one of those Etch-a-Sketch notepads.
Okay.
Have you seen those? It's really an electronic device, but it's a little pad with a pen, and you write your notes on the pad, and then when you want to erase the notes, you just shake it. They go.
Somebody's looking at my notebook. She said, "How do you read your?" I know what it says. You don't worry about what it says. I know what it says.
Some people write out their notes. Some people use shorthand. Bosco uses biscuits. I don't know.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah. Hieroglyphics. Looks like somebody took hieroglyphics and exploded them all over your paper.
Text message.
Well, Andy's in here, but he can't chat for some reason.
Yeah, he sent me a message too. So just a couple something right off top. I know this isn't real off top, but I'm gonna put this out there. A friend of ours, our buddy Chief Keef, his I guess soon to be father-in-law. Is it Carrie? I'd have to look at it.
Carrie.
But this just reminded me I was checking in on somebody trying to get them scheduled in for our season 3. Jill, which is Jason Chief Keef, he's been on here before, a couple of times. Trying to get her scheduled in because I know she wants to do some of the Fast and Furious movie reviews, and she kind of challenged me, y'all. And I don't know what she wants to challenge me on, but I know I'm pretty confident it ain't about the cars.
I hope it ain't going fast either, because she's gonna beat you on that one.
No, she's short from what Jason's told me and what I could tell. She's short, so
yeah, but you're slow.
That's just because I'm injured, man. I can't run very fast.
I wasn't even talking about running. I'm talking about just in general.
Thanks. But
gotta keep it 100. Yeah, David Duck can't run either. He's got a bum knee. That's that trucker life.
Yeah, right. Oh, is that what he is? A trucker?
He was.
That's just from him sitting on his wallet, staring at the windshield, trying not to drool on himself.
Yeah.
As Dan Atkinson
he
would
says
say,
he had it fixed. He said he had it fixed. It ain't fixed. He can never get it. Backs, necks, and knees. He can never get them fixed. You can get them replaced.
Got Gracie Baker in the chats. Hello. I've seen some new names here tonight.
No, I unfortunately know who that one is.
Oh, you said unfortunately? Wow.
wait
but thank y'all. Click like and subscribe and share this out to everybody if y'all will. Seriously. If you go into your settings especially on Spotify, iHeart, and on YouTube, click the auto download. And if you hit share, it actually helps us in the algorithm. Pushes our name out there and keeps us relevant, you know.
Gets us closer to Sunny. Hit the share button. No. Okay.
Yeah. Wow, dude. That was a stretch. That was a but what's this? No, I had to go look.
Andy's over here calling me fat.
Uh-oh. I tell you what, man, I guess because I didn't eat dinner last night. Well, I ate an early dinner, so I was real hungry by the time we got out of church. I went to the buffet.
You had that church hunger.
And oh man, I did good though. I mean, I stick with the smoked chicken and collard greens. I had some mashed potatoes and some corn, so I wasn't too bad as far as like my diet goes. I stayed away from the fried stuff. Trying to get back, trying to get my girlish figure back. let's see. I'm trying to find. Yep. Okay. So his name was Kerry Williams Sunderhouse. His obituary was posted. And that's Jill's. Everybody who's been around for a little bit, they call her Jill Billy in the chats. She's called Jill, known as Jill Billy in the chats. It was her father. He passed away on December 9th. So it's been, 6 days?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't math.
Yeah. Soon to be son-in-law Jason Kiefer. He leaves behind his wife Jane, Miss Jane, daughter Jill, Lindsay, granddaughter Zoe, and soon to be son-in-law Jason and his beloved dog Archie. So much love and rest easy, Mr. Carey. Don't know what the circumstances were, don't know what happened or anything like that. But all I know is there's some very heavy hearts right now. So y'all, if you're the praying type, pray for peace and love and healing over that family. And that's coming from me, So I never knew the man, never talked to him, but, Jason's our people. So is Jill.
Yep.
So, yeah. Rest easy, Mr. Carey. And I'll post that. There we go. Bam. So you got anything you want to talk about over? So you joined us. I said, that's me. You joined in September, but anything happened over the year that you want to talk about?
I got a Jeep.
You did.
Got a bike.
You got a Jeep early. Yep. Can't hide money.
Wife got a new car. And then we traded that new car in for a new car. And then I bought the bike the same day.
Was that the same day?
Pretty much. I didn't pick it up until Monday. She got the car Tuesday. And that was a one and done too. They made it so easy. Usually you go in to trade in a car or get a new vehicle. You're going to be in there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I told them you have 2 hours to make this deal, and I got to be at work. I'm not going to come back to sign any paperwork. No. You got a one and done. You don't make the deal, you give me my other vehicle back. They had us out in an hour and a half. Other than that, Jason played ball this year. Second year. Had a good time.
Yeah.
Well, second season he played fall ball and then summer ball. They'll be playing fall ball come soon. Or is it? I don't know. One of them seasons they're about to play again.
Is it coming up already?
I don't know. I know we got to do sign up soon.
Once we get out of winter, I think that's when they.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a little bit, but they're doing sign-ups now.
Right. Let's see. God, all I did was work most of the year. At least it felt like it.
He did.
I stole my truck. and then bought it back. Well, I traded it back.
Yeah, that idiot traded you for a welder. What an idiot! First, he gave you $500 for the truck, and then you wanted the truck back, so you traded him a welder. And he just took that deal like an idiot, boy. He just took off running.
That
He
welder
was just
in there
like,
collecting dust, too, isn't it?
I got a 220
mention that guy.
welder. Yeah. Ain't got no 220 in his damn garage to hook it to. What an idiot.
I was going to say, I bet you that guy hadn't even used that welder yet.
Hell no. He just barely picked it up off the floor before the hurricanes got here.
I thought about this, about going by there, picking up that welder and plugging it, because I got 220 at the shop, plugging it in and see if it, I don't have any welding rods, though, I don't think.
See if it still works.
Yeah. I mean, it should. It was.
What a dick you would be.
I have to go get a trailer to haul that welder around with.
Not that one.
I was joking.
Oh, I was about to say, not that one. You just put that bitch on the damn Harbor Freight cart and strap it in the back of your truck. Tie strap over the top of it so it doesn't bounce out.
Yeah,
hope
really.
The spool doesn't come undone from all the vibration going down the road.
Well, it's a rod, so it doesn't have. You don't have wire.
No, I know. I'm just joking about the people that have the spool fed ones that drive down the road and they don't have it properly mounted, so it's just hard mounted.
It's just
the spool just vibrates it untwines. Unreal.
Yep.
Oh my god, that is such a pain to have to
see, I still have my trucks. Which I'm thinking about getting rid of that. Thinking about getting rid of that 360 small block I have. And just
let's put it in the jet trike.
Well, we still have to find a transmission for it. And that's the biggest problem I'm having, is finding a two-wheel drive transmission for it.
You don't think we can modify it to work on the VW transmission that's already there?
Oh, I doubt that. I don't even know.
It's manual.
I'm not even.
The 4-speed manual. Turn it into a drift trike. Put a Hemi on a VW truck.
I mean, I have a Hemi on an engine stand, not doing anything. And I got the Eagle head Hemi too.
The jet would just be like straight in the air every time you hit the throttle.
So what I'm thinking, I'm still on the search for a 5-speed transmission to put behind that 360 and then put it in the D100. And my youngin', talking to him the other day, he said, if that engine, that 360 is just sitting there, why don't you just go ahead and put it in the truck and be done with it? That way it's out of the way. I was like, well, that adds a lot of weight to that truck when I have to, load it on a trailer whenever I move.
I mean, not really as much as what's already in the back of the truck. You could take whatever's in the back of the truck, get rid of that, put the motor in the back of the truck or the front of the truck, wherever you want, and it would be the same weight.
I know a source that has not new, but used transmissions rebuilt with a warranty for $850. I'm thinking about go ahead and just pulling the trigger and getting one of those. But I need to make sure everything else around here is handled first before I do that. So that way, at least whenever I go with that engine and transmission, I know the transmission is good.
I know a
guy. Yeah.
If he ever comes back from California,
but it'll be, an automatic. That way I wouldn't have to cut a hole in the floor and set up pedals and do all the stuff to swap it over to manual transmission. I don't know if anybody out there has actually done that kind of work, swapping over from automatic to manual. I've done it a few times. It's just sourcing all the pieces together to make all that work is a little
Or
bit of a
having
pain
to
in the behind.
fabricate your own.
Right.
That's always fun.
Because manual transmissions, you have to have that third pedal all the way to the left that, makes the clutch go back and forth. But I don't know.
Gears?
Of course,
This
I
thing's
thought
got gears?
it's all about going manual and then taking the manual clutch pedal and all that out of a second gen setup and making all that work that way, hydraulic clutch instead of the manual. It sounds dumb, but manual clutch with the Z bar. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not, but
I know.
yeah.
I read about it in a movie once.
Movie, yep.
Yep.
Let's see. So I'm going to go back to like I said, my very first episode of last year, it had Mr. Eric. And I still follow him on Instagram. If y'all want to see some heads up drag racing and things like that, I will find a way to share his profile on Instagram.
Screen share it.
Yeah. We did have a few. Let's see. So the next one is when Mr. Worldwide Will Cray joined us. Was the second episode of the season. Talked to him, and then we went. The next episode was really fun. It was the Fame Gang. I think that was a lot of fun because I sat and watched the old the movie Muscle Shoals on YouTube and just did notes, and then found another episode and did. Now I had a ton of notes for that one. The Fame Gang and Muscle Shoals, the Swampers, where Dwayne Allman was when he first started out, pre-Allman Brothers. And then Jimi Hendrix, Road to Daytona, Macon, Georgia, Southern Rock Saga. Talked about the history of music in Macon, Georgia. The movie review Bullet. Outlaws, Road Trip Down Memory Lane. Monthly movie review Baby Driver. That was a fun movie to watch. I remember watching it. I remember seeing it in previews before, and I was like, Baby Driver. That was, I just never paid attention to it. And then I saw the movie. Did you ever watch it? You never seen Baby Driver?
No, I never watched the whole thing. I watched a good bit of it. I didn't watch enough to catch what the movie was actually about, like, the hidden messages and all that. Like, I get the gist of the movie, and I've seen enough of it to go, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just lose interest too quick.
And then we talked about The Boar's Nest, which was obviously named, they named The Boar's Nest in the Dukes of Hazzard TV series after. But The Boar's Nest in Nashville, where all the country really outlaw singers would gather if they didn't have somewhere to crash. Miss Susan's place and H&H Restaurant at the same time on Mother's Day. The A-Team movie, Hank Jr., and then we did a murder, our kind of true crime episode, which we tried that. That didn't last very long, did it?
I don't know. I don't remember that one.
rockers that killed. We just went over a list of people in music who killed people before. Had Eric
Yeah,
Tansey from.
that was a long
Go
list.
ahead. Eric Tansey from Failure to Stop. He was on here.
Jerry Wayne
Robert.
Longmire, not too long ago. On a Wednesday, middle of the week.
Yep.
Rude.
The longest episode to date was when you and Jay Durrell were on here.
That was like my third week.
Yeah, it was.
You said you were having this famous comedian, and I'm like, who is it? And you said, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And you said who it was, and I was like, who the hell is that? I literally had never heard his name. Literally never heard his name. But when I went and looked him up, I was like, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name at all, but I'd seen clips of him at least for the last 2 years. Yep, that was a good show.
Yeah, it was.
Glad to see he's doing better.
He's still praying for him, praying for his healing.
He's just had his second surgery?
Something like that.
Got another friend of mine. She just had knee surgery. She just had a second surgery on her knee. But she's a Marine. She'll make it.
Yeah, Marines. Yeah.
She'll make it. She's tough. Claudia, if you're out there, I see you.
Oh, is that who it was?
Yeah, Claudia, my friend Claudia.
I see her in your Facebook pop
on
up.
the feed. Yeah, I believe that's what it says. She just had her second surgery. She's got it rough right now.
Our buddy Craig up there in Canada. Talking about being a mechanic growing up, turning wrenches, and why we do this for a living.
Yep. That's back when we started the What's Your First Car?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Your first build and why?
Yeah.
Because he was talking about what car him and his father had worked on.
Then Life and Death of the King of Speed. Talking about Mickey Thompson. What is that?
Yeah. That was that license plate. I was trying to get my camera to focus.
Oh, yeah.
It's being weird. So I was trying to find something I could put up in front of it that it might focus on, and it wouldn't. And
it's close. There it is.
But if I get it too close, it goes away. But yeah, now I was trying to get my camera to focus. So I was trying to put something up in front of it.
Night moves and power bonds. We talked about night moves, cars, and power bonds, right?
Yeah.
Bob Seger and Sid Udy, which he passed away.
Yeah.
Psycho Sid. Gosh, man. Like last year was like a bunch of I guess we're hitting that age where a bunch of our people are just getting really old and dying off. People that we looked up to.
Yep.
Paid attention to.
People that we watched. Yep. The ones we watched become famous.
Which is better, Trigger or General Lee? That's the jury's still out on that. I think it's just
you're never going to come to a conclusion on that one. Two different types of cars built for two different types of TV shows.
Yeah, I finally did get to go to Mo Party, which I'm going back this year.
Well, I hope you plan
I'm
on
going
going
back
down
this
to
year.
Florida.
Huh?
I hope you plan on going to Florida.
When? Just tell
End of
me when.
March.
Okay.
We're gonna go down there for that other YouTuber.
Yep. We reviewed the movie Christine. We talked to Mr. Jerry Wayne Longmire, that was a great episode. That was
an outstanding episode. Man, I wish I could have been here.
Yeah, I mean, it was just his schedule.
Yeah, no. I get that. Just stupid jobs and adulting and paying bills.
God. When we were kids, I can't wait to grow up. Yeah, right. What you
Yeah,
don't think about when you're a kid is-
if I would have known a little bit more ahead of time, I could have been like, "Hey, I can't work Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Sorry," and they would have been like, "Oh, okay," and then they would have just covered.
Well,
Would
that's
have been fine.
As soon as I knew, that's when I called you.
Yeah.
But there wasn't enough time, Veterans Day, which wasn't long ago, and then my first Chevrolet. So that was our year episodes. Anyway, we just like I said, I had fun talking to everybody. I'm glad that Tansy came on here, Miss Eric, Jerry Wayne Longmire, Brother Craig, which I still shoot him messages.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't cost me so much, I'd get a transmission from him from Canada.
How much did it cost?
I don't know. I mean, I think you got to pay by the weight.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's got a manual transmission up there for a.
Where's he
walk.
at? He's up in Quebec area, or is he over in British Columbia side?
He's on our side.
All right, so he's up above New York area, Toronto.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll shoot him.
Because I got a buddy that drives a truck, and it wouldn't take nothing to put a transmission on a covered pallet and put it on the front end of a trailer that he's already towing.
Yeah.
We could pick it up in Atlanta.
That would be cool.
I mean, that would take really cool scheduling, but he pretty much picks his trips.
Yeah.
Like if let's say he picks up in Atlanta and he's going north. When he gets to the north and drops off, he can pick a trip going anywhere in the United States he wants to that they have available. It's like playing American Truck Simulator. You're an owner operator and you get to pick your routes and, whatever they're going to pay, you get to pick, oh, well, I want this one because it pays more. I get paid more mileage on this one or whatever. That's what he does. So he goes pretty much anywhere he wants. All you got to do is tell him, okay, well, it'll be ready around this time. If you can get there between then and this time, that'd be great. And then just bring it to Atlanta.
I just sent him a message. I'm going to see what he says. I say, man, we're live right now. And do you have a manual transfer of small block Mopar? See what he says.
Mm-hmm.
But so now that we covered all that, let's go over some stuff that I kind of wanted to. Some of these names may sound familiar.
Uh-oh. I don't know them, and I wasn't there.
At least as far as it goes for me, this hits a little closer to home because when they diagnosed him, I've kind of paid attention. Of course, if you follow Blackberry Smoke, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Britt Turner passed away March 3rd. And he had brain cancer. He was 57 years old. So this is the stars and musicians. I actually said it right that time. That passed away over this last year. That and if you know anybody, please let me know in the chats. Brett Turner, drummer, founding member of country rock band Blackberry Smoke, drummer. He passed away March 3rd after battle with a form of brain cancer. I remember kind of watching that. Charlie Starr giving us updates through their social media page. Where'd he go? Which was, which is rough, man. That's weird. Okay. We lost Turtle. I guess there we go.
Camera froze up for some reason. I was trying to fix it.
Okay.
And then I totally lost my camera, and I'm like, wow, really? Rude.
But yeah, so Britt Turner passed away. If I can get back to this page, dude. The name Dwayne Eddy sounds familiar, but I don't know why. He's a country star, apparently.
Yep. Passed away April 30th, Franklin, Tennessee.
My messenger is going off.
I hear that.
Yeah, that was correct. What? The first true guitar hero of the modern era, and his influence spanned across multiple genres in addition to his solo work. Probably know the name if I knew what. I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, can you hear that?
You trying to play his music?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I recognize something.
Have twangy guitar, will travel.
Yep.
Dwayne Eddy and the Rebels.
Yep. I don't recognize any of it. It's beyond my scope of understanding.
I mean, yeah, that's as much about music as I know. That one kind of threw. I know the name. I just
he's a guitarist. He's not like a regular vocalist. I mean, he did do some singing, but he was mainly just a guitarist.
One of your favorite artists, Tito Jackson, died.
Oh no, not Tito!
Slow down, Tito.
No, Tito.
Chris Christopherson, one of the original Outlaws. He passed away September 28th, which was ironically like right when we did the movie, the Convoy movie review. About that same time, wasn't it?
Somewhere in there. I think he passed between that show and his show. Yeah, because he passed away like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or something like that.
I think so. I think it was like right when we did that. It was around that same week.
Yeah.
Either right before or right after our episode.
I think it was just after. Like I said, we did it on Sunday, and I think it was like that Tuesday or that Wednesday, and then me and you talked about it either Wednesday or Thursday, and then we were like, yeah, let's do that on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Eric Carmen, a lead singer for the Raspberries, helped establish the genre of power pop in the early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Which probably sounds a lot like disco. You like disco?
I like all music, man.
I mean, I'm picky about like certain. If I go off of my, off of my blues base, I'm picky about other. I'll nitpick from a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like it probably sounds corny as hell, but I put on Bee Gees "Staying Alive" in my truck. I got the sub and all that, and it just. Not gonna lie, man. I'm riding down the road doing this.
just staying alive.
That's right. But at the same time,
I need to clip
that. What? Staying alive. It's like somewhere around 57-minute mark. But at the same time, man, I can flip over and listen to Whitney Houston too. So, I mean, she was one of the greatest voices of especially our generation, which was technically our parents' generation when she got famous. We were little, but
but it was our generation that made her famous.
Yeah, I mean, how many girls in middle school sat there and tried to sing? I will always love you. Toby Keith passed away. If I can use the right mouse here. He passed away on February 5th.
Yep.
Battled with stomach cancer. He was 62 years old. He did, man. He was, stomach cancer did a number on him for real before he passed. That was sad to see.
Yeah.
I liked his stance on where he stood with a lot of things, especially his beliefs. And he, not to get political, but he liked to say that he was he was a conservative Democrat. I don't know what that means, but it just always stuck out in my head, and I was like, "Well, that makes sense."
But you don't know what it means.
Just his personality, when he said that, I was like,
"Okay."
Yeah. He was a huge supporter of our troops. Several tours, you saw a lot of his videos, especially when CMT still showed videos.
Yeah.
CMT's gone by the way of MTV nowadays.
Yep. It's not even about music anymore.
No.
Just more social media.
I was telling the kids that the other day. We were talking about music. I said, music is dead.
Yeah.
There's nowhere. Y'all missed out. Like, they missed out on a lot.
Yep. Open air concerts.
Man.
Music for the feeling, not for the money.
Which is starting to, I ain't gonna say it's dead. It just took a big hit.
No, it's dead. It's
pop music overran. It got out of control. But it's starting to slowly make a decent comeback. I think with these newer these newer bands like Marcus King, and of course Blackberry Smoke's been doing it for 24 years now, but they're still carrying the torch. And I don't know anything about Morgan Wallen. Apparently he's I don't know. I've never really listened to him, so
I like his music.
What's the guy's name? Culture Wall. He's pretty good.
Coulter Wall's pretty good. I like Tyler Childers.
Yeah, I was trying to think of his name too. I was sitting here racking my brain trying to come up with other artists.
What's the other guy? Hold on. Look at my Spotify playlist. Cadillac 3.
Whiskey Myers.
Whiskey Myers. Oliver Anthony.
Yeah.
He just got famous in the last couple of years. Colton Moore. Chris Stapleton.
Sturgill Simpson.
Yeah, Sturgill. Good Lord.
Uncle Lucius. Yeah. My kid Aaron turned me on to Sturgill Simpson. Which hopefully he'll be back stateside in a couple months. Probably about the time our new commander-in-chief takes over official duties. Let's see. I don't know Dave Allison. JD Souther sounds real familiar. Yeah. Yep. Singer, country rock songwriter, that's why I know the name, who penned hits for acts like Linda Ronstadt and the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Ronstadt.
Yeah.
That's why I knew that name. I told my brother, since he's a big Eagles fan, we need to do an episode about the Eagles and have him on. He's a huge Eagles fan.
Sorry to hear that. No, I'm just playing.
I feel about the Eagles about like I feel like the Beatles. A lot of people like the Beatles, and if you do, cool. I'm not a pop music fan. The Beatles to me, and they weren't rock and roll. They were pop. And if it's a debate, please, if you got a different point, throw it in the chat. So throw it in the comment below. I've never been a huge Beatles fan. And for that matter, I've never been all respect to the king of rock and roll. I was never a big Elvis fan.
Neither was I. But my mother was.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that poster in the back corner, but that's an original 1972 poster from when Elvis came to Macon, Georgia, and was at the Coliseum.
That's really cool. I mean, I know a lot of people who, dear Lord, I mean, they're getting ready to fight you over some Elvis. Like, hey man, calm down. I just
got the little Elvis salt and pepper shakers.
I walked
every time you shake him, his hips go back and forth.
I know, yeah. There was a guy who was at there was a guy walked into his house, a friend of the former, oh gosh, I hate to say it that way, former Mrs. Bosco's friend. I guess my ex-mother-in-law now. Her next door neighbor was I have never seen so much Elvis memorabilia outside of a museum than I have in this man's house. I mean, even the drawer pulls on his dresser and his kitchen. It was little Elvis, little ceramic or porcelain, whatever they're made of. Elvis pictures, or little E's, and there's dolls and pictures and posters and all. I was like, ooh, okay, somebody likes Elvis a lot.
Here in Middle Georgia,
Oh, yeah.
I think I know whose house that is.
And I was like, wow. I mean, good dude. He seemed, he was cool. And we talked there again. He was. A lot of people say, and this is my view. I may be wrong here, but this is just my opinion. My educated, because if you pay attention to the times, my educated guess, my educated view. Observation. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. If you look at the times, and a lot of people say, well, Elvis stole rock and roll from, all he did was steal from the black people. Now, this is my highly educated, because I pay attention to history, I pay attention to music and how it changed throughout the years. In my opinion, if you look how things were changing, the only thing that Elvis did was expose white people to black music. He brought the black music to the forefront because he was white and he was in that position and he was able. Now, that's just my opinion. He was a white man. Everybody, we knew segregation, all the things that were going on back in the 50s and 60s. And
Yes,
we ain't got to talk about that part here. But did he steal some of his ideas and some? Possibly. I don't know. I wasn't there.
100
but
no
just
cap.
looking at just looking at the times. Now we need to do an Elvis episode.
No,
we should do it. No? Okay.
Did you see our age demographic? We need to bring those numbers down a little bit.
But like I said, I love, there's some great songs that Elvis did that I absolutely love. I have them in my playlist. There again, he was, he's an old country boy from Mississippi.
Mm.
He had the looks and he had the shake, the little hips and all that. And that was the time. So in my opinion, I think a lot of it was that he was able to bring that music. Because what do? Even me playing this guitar, I have an acoustic hanging right here that's y'all obviously can't see.
And I got one back here.
Right here. But me playing these, that's all I do. But I'm not famous for it. But at the same time, it's.
But you're also not trying to take credit for any of the songs you play.
Right, and that's where I'll say that I agree as far as that goes, that he did take credit for like Hound Dog. That wasn't his song.
Not even close.
I can't remember who.
There was a lot of his songs that were not his songs that he's coined as the original artist for it.
Well, I think that was because of who his managers.
Mm-hmm. The Colonel.
Yeah, the Colonel.
Yes, sir.
Which that dude wasn't even American, and that's why Elvis really never did get the worldwide notoriety that he. Well, oddly enough, he didn't get to travel overseas.
Yeah, that I don't know. I'd have to look into that one.
Let's see, Hound Dog. It was written. See, it says here sung by Elvis Presley, but it wasn't his song.
Yeah, it just says sung by. It doesn't say written or whatever. They got smart in later years. They started changing some of that stuff when people started to notice that a lot of his songs weren't his songs.
Yep. Well, there we go. It was originally written by Johnny Otis. He had 19-year-old songwriters Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller to his home to meet blues singer Willie Mae, or Big Mama
Big
Thornton.
Mom.
I couldn't remember. I had the Big Mama name in my head, but I couldn't remember what her actual name was. Willie Mae Thornton. So yeah, she was the original singer. Man, and that was 1952.
Yep.
So anyway.
Yep.
We
we should do an episode on that. Famous songs that weren't yours, and just call it "Not Yours."
We've done a cover song episode. There's other covers that.
Yeah, but those were cover songs. These people,
Right.
I'm talking about artists that, like Elvis, took full credit for a song when history can show he shouldn't have ever even tried.
Ooh, we might piss off some people then.
And we're just showing the facts.
Like they say that Stairway to Heaven, Jimmy Page stole Stairway to Heaven.
He didn't steal Stairway to Heaven. He stole a riff.
Yeah.
And modified it. He even says that in an interview. He admits, yes, he loved that riff. He took the riff, modified the riff, basically changing the riff into something else. All in the way you play it. Don't believe me? Ask Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. Thanks to Suge Knight. In our last death of the year, 2024, Dickie Betts, co-founder, guitarist, and eventual leader of the Allman Brothers Band, died at the age of 80 on April 14th, 2024. Inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 95. Had his own. Of course, I did a short video of this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Had his own band, Great Southern. Played with other. I mean, a phenomenal guitar player, phenomenal songwriter. He wrote "In Memory of Elizabeth Reed." Always have a hard time saying that.
Didn't he write another song?
Blue Sky, Ramblin' Man.
Ramblin' Man. He wrote Ramblin' Man. Yep. And that was about his life.
Great Southern.
That was
kinda.
That was based off of his life story. Born on a bus going down Highway 41 in Georgia.
He wrote the song because he had this one part trying to make a living, doing the best he can.
Mm-hmm.
He said when he was kind of growing up, this old cowboy would come around. Hey, Dickie, how you doing? Kind of, getting along, doing the best you can, I guess. And it just stuck in his head.
Yeah.
It stayed with him over the years, and he just decided to add it to that. See, Jessica was another song that he wrote. So Jessica, Ramblin' Man, they were all on the Brothers and Sisters album. Blue Sky, which was, I don't know what, his wife Sandy. I don't remember what number wife. I think maybe his second wife.
12th. Who knows?
She was a true Native American, but her Native American name translated to Blue Sky in English.
In colonizer. Good Lord. I mean, he's in countless albums, countless books,
check out his discography. Highway Call. That was his first single by himself. And I think the last one was Official Bootleg Volume 1. This is my official bootleg album. Yeah. I don't know of any other artists that passed away over 2024. I know we did my Uncle Bobby Daniel's funeral last year, or this year. That was the only funeral I had to go to, thankfully. And on the way to his funeral, I played the song Outlaw's Reward, an old Hayton Jr. song from the early 80s. But yeah. So, rest easy to all those who passed away in 2024. Thank you for everything that you've blessed us with. For our listeners and our viewers, the people who watch us, come here and watch us fry our brains for an hour and a half. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes. If you have anything y'all want us to cover, want us to talk about, shoot me a message.
Yep, definitely give us some suggestions, because the stuff we're coming up with is hit or miss. We'll come up with 5 ideas, and 4 of them are no good for YouTube.
Well, I told you have
go out
to
in the backyard and blow up that propane tank. Let's put that on the show.
And I keep telling him he has to wear pants, but
why? They can't see them.
If you're gonna stand up, you have to wear pants.
Oh, speaking of wearing pants, I am wearing pants.
Okay.
So everybody doesn't flip out. I am wearing pants. They're my Ninja Turtle pajama pants, but I'm wearing pants. Yes, they do have pizzas.
Hey man, you gotta be comfortable.
These are my I'm not going to church pants. Of course, Crosspoint wouldn't have told me no at the door. They'd have been like, Turtle, next time wear regular pants.
Next week, we are going to be live again, same time, same channel. And it's gonna be our Christmas episode. And I got or if Kwanzaa episode? No.
Hanukkah starts the day after Christmas.
I know.
For those that don't know.
Yeah, for those of you that don't celebrate.
Apparently Bosco knows everything.
I didn't know that. The other stuff I imagine my surprise how
Go ahead.
I learned when Ramadan was. That was I was working at my very first week of being out by myself. It happened to be during Ramadan. And I noticed that like these certain guys would get up and do their praying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and then they would do it audibly.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never witnessed that before, ever. Up to that point, I've never seen that before. Heard about it, didn't think anything. I didn't know what it was. And so I was like, what are they doing? Oh, okay. So I just, all right. Well, that's their time. Was it like a week long or something? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I know Hanukkah's only 8 nights.
Yeah.
It can be crazy. Get so dizzy when you spin the dreidel.
Oh, maybe it was later. Yeah, it was the next year after coming out of training. So never mind. It's a whole month. I just looked it up. Between March and April. It's like the whole
Yeah, but is Ramadan like Hanukkah where it's not always the same dates?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, because Hanukkah doesn't fall on the same dates like Christmas does. It's always on 25th of December.
Well, this year it's this for 2024 is March 10th to April 9th. Well, there's something we know now, I guess.
Ramadan last year, 2023, was March 22nd to April 20th.
Yeah, so it ain't the same time every.
But it's the same time frame.
Yeah.
So that's probably a spring thing.
Well, yeah, I don't go too far down the rabbit hole on something like that, but
No.
And yeah, we lost half of our listeners right then. No, I'm just kidding. I know I got a huge following of Muslims here. I'm sure of it. And it just got canceled. All right, y'all. Well,
there's that cease and desist email.
There it is. Bing. Where's the noise at? Bing.
Yeah, I don't have that sound file yet. Sorry.
All right. You gonna do the ad read?
I can. I don't know. I just brought it up.
Go ahead.
This is Operation Tackle Box. They are a 501c or C3 nonprofit organization. They work to help veterans, not only with healing, which is their slogan is healing through reeling. They do fishing expeditions and chartered trips to go fishing, and they're working on doing outdoorsy stuff too. But this is their contacts, Operation Tackle Box. They are currently doing a raffle or a giveaway. It ends on the 20th of this month. So hurry up, buy your tickets. If you're not interested or you feel you live too far away, which if you live in the continental United States, they will pay for you to come out and get it or deliver it to you, I believe. But that's their UTV they're raffling off. And again, they do a lot for veterans. Some of the groups, obviously he's met some famous people. If you know who this guy is right here. Did you ever notice that, Bosco?
Who is that?
Look closely. You don't recognize
that? Not from this one.
Well, that might not be who I think it is. Now that I'm looking at it. It's not making the picture any bigger either.
Yeah, on my end either.
What's his name? Lives up in Atlanta. Roadkill.
No, that's not Finnegan.
But he does know Finnegan.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. That's who I thought that was there for a minute. So never mind. Delete that. But yeah, they do a really good work helping veterans. This guy right here is Jacob, he's the guy that runs it. Jacob Watkins, great guy. He's helped a lot of veterans out of really dark times in their lives. And that's Operation Tackle Box. Love these guys. Go check them out. They got a shop. I'll have to reshare that.
Let's see. I got.
But yeah, they got a shop. Go out there and check out. They got hoodies, t-shirts. I'm wearing one right now. And their hats. This is one of their hats. Bosco's got one too, but he's too proud to wear it.
Yeah, it's actually stuffed in a box somewhere.
See, he doesn't even care. Just stuffs it in a box. like he's moving or something.
Right. So, there we go. Y'all know about the storm, Hurricane Helene, that blew through Florida and especially devastated western North Carolina. There is, matter of fact,
yeah, they got dumped on.
Man, whole area of western North Carolina, people are I mean, they don't even have homes anymore. And we know the temperature is steadily dropping. Look for something real quick. They've done a video about. I'm going to show the preview. Right. Is it that one?
Right here.
Here we are. I'm going to play this.
To assess damage. I can't wrap my head around the fact that the federal agency charged with leading our response to disasters cannot seem to maneuver to homes in the mountains of western North Carolina.
Yeah, you get an image in your head. Where's the 3-year-old that was riding that? How many people are still under me right now?
There was big logs and 2x4s coming in the front door, coming in the kitchen door, and it took 3.5 weeks to get an ultrasound. On YouTube and on the news, it was like, oh, there's 40 deaths. I'm like, excuse me? There was like 12 people and 2 families that I know of that they lost the entire family.
It's super stinky right here.
Yeah, it's in here. Oh, no. So, baby, we could just be like,
and that's going to come. So right now we are racing against time and win that weather, because it's not an if, it's a when.
Just a whirlwind of trying to figure out what's going on, having all conventional means of operation just kicked out from underneath you.
You shouldn't be told that you can't live on the land or you can't return to your property.
A lot of us, we need prayer. We can't do it without God. I can tell you right now, I couldn't do this without having the Lord in my heart.
And there's good Americans out here. Don't get me wrong. They are. I don't care where you're from. There's good Americans still left in this country.
I know it kind of got dark there, and not trying to bring anybody down here right before Christmas time, but these folks need help. And I know that obviously Operation Tackle Box is very important. The Sentinel Foundation is found at foundationsentinel.org. We don't get paid for this ad read. I do it out of the, because it's something I really believe in. These folks doing great things. Sentinel Foundation along with other non-government agencies, and not to get political, but just a serious moment here. Yes, I did spring that video on Turtle, and I didn't expect to play it until I just saw it then. So sorry.
Didn't bother you one bit, brother.
But you see the devastation for those who are watching, and for our listeners, our audio listeners. Go on to Sentinel Foundation Sentinel.org. There's a video for it. That video is, now you get to really see what the news wasn't showing, what they're not talking about. So they'd rather discuss Donald Trump. I don't care about Donald Trump. I care about these folks up here in Western North Carolina. So you go on and donate to either one or both. There's going to be I'm sure there's clothes drive. You can send clothes. You can send go up there and make. Tansy talks about it over on Failure to Stop. Get with him if you want to. Find out how you can go up there and help. I'm seriously considering about riding up there myself.
You don't take the helicopters?
Get my vehicle squared away first. I got to do front brakes on my 07 Ram. Then I'll be more than happy to ride up there and see what I can do to help, even if it's just for a weekend. But yeah, so it's devastating. It's heartbreaking. It's sad. There's families all throughout Western North Carolina who, like I said, you heard the lady say it. The news was not reporting what was actually going on. I don't get political on here. I try not to, because there's other podcasts who are doing a very good job at that. I'd stay away from it because I want to entertain and I want to help, learn and I want to help teach, and show, hey, this is the stuff that we're passionate about and we love. And at the same time, we're passionate about our troops, our service members, our men and women who struggle with their PTSD and anxiety, and me, as far as for me, first responders and law enforcement who struggle with the same thing. And then these same guys, this is another one the Sentinel Foundation, these are guys who used to be military, former military and law enforcement guys who you actually heard, you actually heard Eric Tansey talking in that. You didn't see him, but you could hear him talking in that video clip. So go give them at least, if you can. If you got it, go for it. If you don't, we understand. I'm sure everybody understands. Times are hard. Christmas is about to hit us in the face here in 10 days. But go online, send a donation. Very, very good. It's a 501c3 nonprofit organization. They actually, they're actually helping with the trafficking, counter trafficking, crisis response. The tab on their mission, events and media tab, under their news tab. Sorry. Go on there and contact them. And hit shop and get just like Operation Tackle Box. Shirts, hoodies, hats, can cooler. That hat looks pretty cool. That camo hat. Did I flip over to that one? Hang on. I had to get another.
We can't see it.
Hang on. I'll pull it up. Thank you, Turtle. Nope. There we are. Boom. I have not the pink one, but yeah.
You were talking about a pink one. Don't even lie. I got that pink shirt underneath it too.
I got a pink shirt over here from Mo Party. But But yeah, I mean the hoodies, t-shirts, a golf style shirt, a polo rather. You know, they have regular t-shirts, but it all goes.
You should pick us up some of those hats.
The camo hat or the pink one?
Pink ones, fucker.
Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so go check them out. Sentinel Foundation at foundationsentinel.org, operationtacklebox.org. Find Sentinel Foundation on Facebook and Instagram. Same thing with Operation Tacklebox. So with that being said, I guess we're going to wrap it up there. See y'all next week. Well, for real, I may plan a trip to go up there to see or get in touch with Tansy and see what I can do about riding up there and helping out. At least for a weekend, you know.
Oh yeah, let's go.
You want to plan that? Do that on a weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, these folks are.
We'll take the Jeep.
Come on, man.
That way we can actually make it up the mountain.
My 07 will make it up the mountain. Made up.
You got that
Bowling
winch
Green,
on them?
Kentucky. No, that's the general. It'll make it. But
have you seen the mountains in Western North Carolina?
I drove up Mount Eagle. Well, that was in the 07 Ram. I haven't taken the general. Me personally, I haven't taken it much out of state. But I haven't.
Probably a good thing.
I know Daddy drove it everywhere. All right. You got anything else?
Not at all, brother.
Anything cool coming up this week?
I get paid on Friday. It's pretty cool.
Me too.
I can make that bike payment. Hopefully the weather will warm up. I can actually ride it.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I might actually jump on some Xbox for a couple hours. Just kind of take a break. I'll see you online.
Love, peace, chicken grease.
Yep. Love y'all. Remember, hit like and subscribe on this. Follow us on iHeart, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Live. Thank y'all for being in the chats. Thank y'all for this last season. I know we're coming up with our final episodes next week, and then we continue on. Like I said, the road goes on forever. Forever Road Podcast. Best, worst thing you've never seen. Love y'all. Peace.
Thanks for riding with us on the Forever Road Podcast with Bosco. Hey, you can find and follow us at Instagram and Facebook, or just drop us a line or a question anytime at foreverroadpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time on the Forever Road Podcast.